Jeff Bush from Grow My Profit. We're sitting at Hawk Ranch, California, my home, our 40-acre wedding venue that I live at with my family. And we are featuring this morning one of the cars in my car collection. Because I was able to scale up my business to make a lot of money and then sell my business for an 8-figure exit, I was able to buy a whole bunch of cars that I always kind of dreamed about, and this is another one that we're just kind of showing today. I've had this car for about 3 years, and it's a 2016 Audi RS7. I bought it from Hoehn Audi in Carlsbad. So a little bit about the car, why I bought it. I always loved Audis. My dad had an Audi 5000 Quattro back in the 80s when they first started getting popular. And I always loved the Quattro, the all-wheel drive of this car. But this is the only car I believe Audi makes, besides the R8, the two-door full sports car, that's kind of a race edition four-door. It's got a twin-turbo 4.0 liter V8. So I think it puts out, I believe it's 560 horsepower. I'm trying to remember the 0 to 60. It's funny, I've been Googling it, and 0 to 60, one of them says 3.4 seconds, one says 3.6, and one says 4.5. So somewhere between 3.4 and 4.5 seconds, big gap, but all-wheel drive. It's a four-door. It's kind of got a cool look to it. So I always loved this car and always wanted one. I bought it used. I think brand new these cars were like $145,000 back in 2016. I bought it with 30,000 miles on it. I think I paid like 75 grand, so like half price. I love 3-year-old cars that are half price, that are just really clean. So kind of an interesting shape. It's kind of got the sport back. It's a coupe, it's a four-door, big monster disc brakes, Brembo brakes. Like I said, super fun to drive, comfortable. It's kind of got a few different modes on the car where you can drive it normal or you can put it in dynamic mode, and it changes everything on the car. One little switch of the button and it goes into dynamic mode, stiffens the suspension so the car feels like it's riding on rails. So racing this car through corners is pretty amazing because it's all-wheel drive and stiff suspension with that twin turbo V8. Just a monster. It makes a really good sound when you put it in race mode. So I love the sport back. I was going to show the trunk or the hatchback, I guess you'd call it, on the back of the car. You know, twin monster exhaust, but this particular car, you know, the hatchback kind of trunk opens and those seats lay down. It's funny, I've got sand in the back of that black rubber mat from putting surfboards in there and taking it to the beach. Sometimes I'll drop the rear seats and it'll fit a surfboard in the back and take this thing to the beach. So super fun, lots of room in the back. Yeah, sand. I don't know if that's Oceanside sand or Newport Beach sand, but anyways, that's the hatchback on the car. It's kind of nice. And then, you know, it's got pretty good legroom for a sporty, fast four-door. I love the quilted kind of race seats. Kind of reminds me of Bentley or Lambo. The white, you know, stitching through the seats is pretty cool. It's got plenty of headroom. You know, it's got a lot of carbon fiber. Back in 2016, that wasn't all that common. But pretty awesome dashboard. It's got a pretty good sized screen up here, all the carbon fiber. It's got the paddle shift so you can drive it in race mode, manual or automatic, but really nice sound to it, except for this beeping noise that will not stop. And then the screen that comes up. I'm gonna shut this door so I don't have to hear that. But yeah, they've got this mode where you hit car right here, and then initializing car system, starting up. So it's taking a second. And then you just go from comfort, auto, dynamic, but you come over here to dynamic mode, and
hit enter, and you can hear the exhaust change. It opens up the exhaust. It shifts at like 4 to 5,000 RPMs instead of 2 to 3,000. So it totally changes the car. It stiffens up the suspension, it lowers it. It's pretty nice.